Hi everyone, I'm Airbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. I'm back for my second video, and this time I'm here to show you a rather special strategy for Eternal Dragon that will help you beat it. It's a strategy I devised back in April, and many of my clanmates have successfully used it since. Before we get into the specifics, let's first consider the team composition. There are three critical considerations for building an accessible and effective Eternal Dragon team. These are HP burn, decrease attack, and sustain, as much of it as possible. As with Griffin, we will once again build our team around Drexar and Syl. In these two champions we have our win condition, passive healing, and crowd control for the side adds. Whilst most free-to-play friendly videos focus on having epics such as Vogoth or Vrask to provide massive heals, let's assume you have neither of these, just as I did not when I first cleared it. I instead turned to Jareg, who I decided would provide both the decrease attack and some extra heals via his passive. Whilst not as reliable on the decrease attack as others, I was worried that my team would lack the sustain to support a dedicated decrease attack champion, so I wanted a hybrid. With Sniper and Master Hexer, Jareg becomes passable at best. Without, he will be extremely infuriating. Mark my words. Rounding out the team was once again Doom Priest and Iron Brago, bringing two more strong passives to the mix. Importantly, none of these champions are irreplaceable. They are all interchangeable as long as we cover the three key requirements. Right, unless you run high resistance on your champions, you must expect your abilities to be permanently on cooldown. Consequently, passives are once again your best friend. Other champions with great passives for this encounter include Duchess, Norog, Siphi, and Godseeker. Brogni, amongst others, is also fantastic for this if you can build him with enough resistance. As a long-term goal, gearing multiple key champions with enough resistance will make this encounter far easier. With the addition of Bommel, I'd highly recommend working your resistance setups. For our accessible setup of Drexar, Syl, and her three amigos, we will build one champion with high resistance. Whilst it's possible to beat the encounter without, it is considerably easier if you can get Syl into a resistance build. I would even sacrifice Relentless to make it happen. With Syl's abilities off cooldown, we have two key benefits. Firstly, we can stun the side adds, which critically avoids some nasty debuffs on us. And secondly, we have a revive, should we need it. As this team lacks raw damage, we will struggle to kill any of the side adds quickly. Consequently, it is critical we have War Master on our champions and focus our damage to optimize our chances. This is where my strategy deviates from others I've seen. We will not be targeting or killing the priest under any circumstances. With the dragon consuming the priest, we will have extra turns to kill a warrior before the dragon consumes an ad. If we kill one before the consume ability, there will always be one ad remaining. This means the dragon will never get Eternal Rage, nor will he ever heal. The cost of which is we will nearly never have our abilities off of cooldown. So let's see how this run pans out in practice.
As you can see here, this is the team that I typically run on this, but if we look back at the team I first used to beat it, and that will give us a better demonstration of the tactics. So let's get through these waves and we'll come back with the boss ready to fight. Right, now that we're coming back into things, I want to make sure I have Syl's A2 off cooldown, but everyone else's abilities I'd prefer to be on cooldown, so they do less damage on from his ability. So we should cool down everyone except for Syl. We just want to be getting the old decrease attack on, unfortunately fluffing the lines. And we're going to start focus firing this ad right here. Let's try and get some HP burns on. Just keep attacking that ad. Then we try and get some stuns out. With Jareg, get the old decrease attack on. That is what we were hoping to see. And then we just keep hitting this ad. We need to take down the ad before, not before the Consume Soul. Consume Soul will take the Priest, but before the Conjure Soul. So we've got 4 turns, which is okay. I'm going to try and get another HP burn on there, because that would have been nice for us. Keep keeping that decrease attack on. Keep just focus firing this ad. We're now low enough that I'm not too worried. Try and get another HP burn on. This is where you take quite a lot of damage, but it should be okay. Get the decrease attack back on. At this point, I'm okay. I think I'll save the stun for time being. See, now we've got Conjure, so we really need to kill that ad before this Conjure comes up. Didn't really want that decreased defense, that really didn't help us. But we're back in a good position. We'll be taking down the left ad this time. And let's try and get an HP burn on another ad for more damage. Try and get those stuns out. Get some War Master hits. Soften up the left ad. Get the decrease attack back on the boss. Soften up that left ad. Soften up the left ad again. We've still got 4 turns, so we're okay. So let's try and get another HP burn out. And we just keep on managing the fight. Just keep on managing it. Keep the decrease attack on. Keep an eye on the skills. So he's going to do the consume quite soon. Try and get some stuns out. We're going to be okay to kill that left ad. He's probably even going to die from HP burns, so we can keep focusing on the boss at this point. And Brago decided to go for him anyway. Presumably provoked. So again, we're back in the position we want to be. Conjure's going to be the next turn. We're down to 1 ad. Ideally, we would have got a decrease attack there, because he's going to take the second turn without the decrease attack on, which is a bit of a problem. But let's try and get another HP burn on the side ad. Hopefully Jareg will take a turn. He didn't, so this could hurt. But we're still okay. Soften up the ad again. Try and get decrease attack on again. It's just continuing to manage the fight. Getting the War Master procs on the main boss when you can. Getting additional HP burns on the side ads when you can. Syl keeping her abilities. And then we keep watching this. He's going to consume in a second. So we really, really want the decrease attack here, otherwise we're probably going to lose Jareg. And we'll try and get that HP burn on again. Do the consume, soul burst, extra attack. We got the Conjure Souls next turn, so let's get this side ad killed. Get the decrease attack on again. Resisted. Not ideal. We will probably lose Jareg in this run. To the point that I'm going to stun this one to avoid getting any nasties. And we just keep focusing on the boss. Try and get that decrease attack back on. Another resist. Here we'll get an HP burn on the side ad. Going for that boss with the War Master hits. And we're done. So, relatively painless. We managed the fight throughout. we did everything we needed to do. It's a good, solid fight. Pretty pleased with that. You can see how we can do it with not particularly amazing champions. Fairly accessible. If we look at the edit team, we go and have a look at the builds of these champions. We've got Drex in the exact same build. Here are the stats. Good HP, good defense, sort of average speed. Focusing really here to have enough accuracy to be landing the debuffs. The resistance isn't doing a lot. He will resist some of the side adds debuffs, but he will never resist the boss. We weren't using any other ability other than his A1, so it really wasn't a problem. His mastery was doing most of the work. You can see in terms of masteries, Sniper is quite crucial on Drexar, as is Giant Slayer. I do like that combination of abilities. Evil Eye's not doing a great deal for us. I suppose it's helping slightly on the crowd control on the ads, but not a great deal. Syl, if we look at the masteries, War Master, that's the main area, the main sort of unique aspect of these masteries, the main feature. There's really nothing else going on. If we look at the artifacts, again, Relentless with resistance. Resistance is a key aspect here of the build. The areas I'd be looking to try and get on this build, the crit's irrelevant, crit damage is irrelevant. It's really about hitting that accurate the resistance level around the sort of 400 or high 300s, around 380 to 400 is fine, and getting over 200 accuracy. The side adds don't have much resistance, so you can CC them, and we're not looking to debuff the boss at all in this fight. Good HP, good defense, good speed. Also important, like I said, I'd sacrifice Relentless to get that resistance. Brago, same build again that we looked at in Griffin. Good defense, very good speed, sort of middling accuracy. We're a bit light on accuracy on some of these builds for this boss. I think when I did it before, my Jarek had more accuracy than he currently has. Some of the better gear's been moved to other champions. We can see Doom Priest in the same build that we saw on Griffin. 65k HP, 3.7k defense, good speed. Again, not crazy speed. 225 is good, but it's achievable. And the rest of the stats, utterly irrelevant. Relentless helps, top up heals, keep the cleanses going. Jareg, not in particularly stellar gear. If we look at the stats, 50k HP, 3k defense, only 217 speed. Honestly, I'd prefer this to be a lot quicker, to be cycling more with the boss, to keep that decrease attack on more consistently, and this accuracy should be over 300. But we got the job done. Masteries, these are quite important on Jareg. War Master is the only form of damage we have, so it's an important mastery to use. And Sniper, as well as Master Hexer, are must-haves. You just have to have them. It will be too frustrating otherwise, and everything is booked out. Interestingly enough to note, actually, my embargo is not booked. Nothing. 0 books whatsoever. In terms of masteries, which we haven't looked at, classic counter-attack, classic clan boss masteries with War Master. Nothing special. And that's that. If we go back, and I'll show you the team that I typically tend to run myself, which is a bit more of an endgame team, but it's quite enjoyable. It's quite fun to watch, and it's just a bit quicker.
Well, I hope that's helped. I hope you've learnt something from this video and it's been of benefit to you. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe and all that jazz. And I will leave you watching that faster team clear Eternal Dragon